And I know, this is the kind of stuff you come to my channel for, but today, it's a little bit different. Don't worry, it still has an engine of sorts. As you can tell, it's already quite crusty. I've just come back from my ride. That is the Dark Horse e-gravel bike, and oh man, it's also the reason why I'm wearing tights today. Sorry. Freaking playground, it's all very dangerous. Run over there. Spice Route. Whoop. Whoop. Hello. Oh, I won't lie, I've gotten quite lost here at Spice Route, mixing up all the trails. In fact, here's another turn right now. Probably can't do this one-handed, sorry. So rock gardens, that's one thing, and then we've got all these multitudes of steps, and then in the distance, quite a nice sweep over there. That's probably easy for a gravel bike. So you're joining me now on some random perm on the blue/orange trail at the Spice Route in Paarl, and I'm riding for once, the Dark Horse e-gravel bike. And man, it's interesting. So this is my first foray into electric powered bicycles, and if you're a purist, obviously it's like turbochargers were in the beginning. Like they were no, automatic gearboxes were a no, hybrids, EVs and so on. So this is pretty much that, but in the bicycle world. Like, and the fact that it's a gravel bike also, for the kind of riding I do, which is fairly technical, mountainy type stuff, this bike does not make a lot of sense straight out of the gates. I'm lucky in that I used to have a gravel bike of my own, non-E powered, Calvin powered. So I'm used to the ride, but it's a crazy ride because your hands are in the drops, your mouth's like this close to the handlebar. You just feel like you're gonna eat it if you do something wrong. So it's not the best downhill weapon, unless you can't like self-owning yourself, like you could really hurt yourself. But it is a shift in a mindset. So the E itself, the electric nature of it, man, it's weird. It's like, there's a couple of ways to think about it. It's like, so obviously there's three phases of intervention. There's there's low energy, medium energy, and high energy. So guilt being a thing, I've never really gone past low energy, and even that I can describe, well, I have actually for testing, but on a social ride, it's just being on a gravel bike, you really have a speed advantage over mountain bikes, except for like on gnarly stuff. Then having it being electrically powered as well, oh, there's all kinds of guilt attached to that. But there's definitely place for it in our community, because the way I can describe it, it's like low power, it's like the wind is on your back all the time. Or another way of thinking about it is, if you're giving effort, it's like matching your effort, so you've got double the effort. It's also a bit like losing 20 kilos, if you know what I mean. There's your power to weight ratio goes up immediately, but believe me, you are still working the entire time, and that's cool. I appreciate the fact that I'm still getting quite the workout. Mind you, I did come here looking for a gravel trail, and I found this crazy bermed, immaculate winding trail, which is, I'm just gonna go play on that for a little while longer. But yeah, so that's my thinking, and there's a very positive takeaway, and that's sometimes you want to ride with people that, you know, they're not as passionate / fit as you, and if you could go, hey, hop on the e-bike, you know, then they'd be able to keep up, and you could really gun it on your own bike as well. That way everyone gets a workout, it's less intimidating. Also means, you know, like you'll do a 20k ride and you're still fine, but your partner's bolting. Turn up the power, and you know the bike can do some of the heavy lifting for them. So I'm kind of a believer now. I am curious as to what it would be like, this kind of powertrain on a mountain bike, like the dual sus or even a hardtail. I have equal amounts of fun on both. And I've heard that what it does means you can climb for longer and enjoy those downhills a little bit more when you get to them. so on and so on. It's just very interesting. So far, I'm loving it. I'm loving the extra bit of mobility. I'm loving the fact that it's only mine for a limited test period. So I'm finding reasons to ride it. This is my 4th ride so far. First time I came out here and I did kind of like a windy course, not too hilly. And then the second time was a road ride from, about a 40k road ride up the west coast. Third ride was actually Bloemendal, Lombard's Terra and so on. And that was, I stayed on the entire time. So the technical, the proficiency of a gravel bike, you know, it's definitely, it'll surprise you. And again, having the E component, being able to climb harder. If you're alone, and that's why I came alone today for the guild, I can push as hard as I want to and get 100% of the workout that I would have gotten anyway. I'm just technically, or allegedly, or potentially, that's the right word. I know a lot of words, none of them right. Potentially, I can go further in a similar amount of time. So that's it so far. Well done, Dark Horse, on building a compelling gravel bike that's just tons of fun. And just tons, it's heavy.